the vault. High atop the pastoral center of the Diocese of Camden, you're listening to Talking Catholic.
Welcome back to another episode of Talking Catholic. This is Kari Janisse here with my very good friend, Mike Walsh. Good to be here with you, Mike.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity. You haven't been on the podcast in entirely too long. It's been a lot of Jen Morrow, a little bit of Marianela Nunez, although for anyone who listened to last week's podcast that came out on July 5th, that was the first one that I have not appeared on since you filled in for me once, like 3 years ago.
All right, wow.
Yeah,
you got a break too, just like me.
Yeah, as we're recording, that one hasn't come out yet, but it's a great conversation with Jen Morrow, Marianela Nunez, and Lee Delamonica from our...
Lee's great.
Yeah, she's fantastic. So I hope all of you enjoyed having a break for me last week. That was very nice.
And a break for me, but I've missed it, so I'm glad to be back.
Well, I'm glad you are back.
To be here. And we're at a really fun location.
Yeah.
I always draw you to the most unique podcast, so.
You always give me the greatest sound challenges out of everybody. So
you're welcome.
For those who are listening, you probably noticed that it sounds a little different. We are, in fact, on the road, naturally, back at Our Lady of Peace Parish in Williamstown, New Jersey, for a very special episode. What are we doing?
We are here recording in a little small tent on the outskirts of a very large carnival at Our Lady of Peace Parish. Probably around the 50th-ish year of this carnival, minus the 2 years off for COVID, so we're excited to be back. But it's live from a carnival.
Yeah, so the
probably a first for you, right?
Yeah, I can honestly say we've never recorded the podcast from a carnival. That is absolutely true. But this is a great opportunity. We're looking forward to it. And I always enjoy a new challenge. Plus, you don't know this about me, Kari, but church carnivals are one of my absolute favorite things in the entire world.
Welcome to the best one.
I believe that. I grew up on my parish one for many years. It went defunct about maybe 15 years ago. But I worked it many times. It was one of my favorite things to do. I always wanted to be, I was never old enough by the time I got to that age. The carnival had shut down. But I always wanted to work the overnight security. I always thought that'd be the most fun.
Gosh,
I never got a chance to do that.
Most unique job in the carnival.
I know. You see all the weird stuff that happens at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
That's my kind of thing.
I think we got security cameras that do that now around here.
I bet you there's a guy walking around somewhere.
Yeah.
So our episode this week is going to be about the carnival, what it takes to put one on, why you would do one for 50 years, what's the benefit, and how crazy are the people who actually volunteer to do this.
It's very true. And you know what? There's so many different carnivals. I mean, all over. You can find them in churches, but especially in our Camden Diocese, there's many great ones. And being here at Our Lady of Peace Parish for the last 13 years and being involved in this carnival, I think it's one of the best around. So we got a lot to offer, and it really is because of all the wonderful volunteers that make it happen. And we have many of them with us here today, so maybe we can introduce them and see who they are.
You want to go around the table and who we have?
All right.
Sure. My name is Bill Gilson. I've been with the carnival for 32 years.
I'm Kathy Gregorio, and I've been with the carnival for about 5 years, but my first time really helping out significantly this year.
My name is Karen Clark. Everybody down here in Williamstown knows me as Kelsey. Prior to 2010, I was with the carnival 15 years. I took a break, and his lovely wife called me while I was in Aruba and said, please come back. I'm part of the kitchen leads.
Awesome.
Love that.
Hi, I'm Mary Barron. I'm the business administrator for the parish, and I've been with the carnival about a good 12 years now. And this is about my third year trying to run the finances in the back.
And here comes the newbie.
Okay, I'm Father Sanjay, the pastor. Today is actually my first anniversary of being here. 3 of us been sanctions. Yes, excited. So I'm trying to get a little glimpse of what this is all about. Hundreds of people, wonderful people like Bill and Kelsey and all this, and Mary and Kathy, all those Deacon John, for their many years. I'm trying to get a little glimpse of all of that.
Hi, my name is Joe Bracco. I've been doing a carnival since about 1983. Do the math, I'm not very good at math here. But anyway, I run the funnel cake booth. I've been doing that for most since I started the carnival.
I think that's 39 years.
39 years?
39 years.
It's good to just have someone on who will do the math.
And I guess I'm the old dog on the block. I started carnival in 1977. That's 45 years ago. I'm Deacon John Casey. Back then, things were a lot different. We had all of our own booths, and we were on this side of the lot. Our feast day is the Assumption of Mary, August 17th, so the carnival was August back then. And I only worked 4 or 5 days back then because we got married on August 20th, so we didn't work on our anniversary. We used to start setting up right after school let out and finish right around the week after carnival, taking it down.
Wow, really?
You know, I remember one year I was going on vacation and the week after, 2 weeks after carnival, and when carnival ended, we didn't have a lot of help taking all the booths down. So it was the day before I was leaving for Virginia. Thunderstorm came. It was me, Monsignor Joyce, who was Deacon Pete at that time, and Ryan Dilks out there in a thunderstorm taking down the kitchen booths so I could go to Virginia.
Good stuff, Deacon John. You've been around for a while, as many of you guys here have, and we love hearing those little stories. So maybe we can start off by a little bit of going back in the history of the carnival, and probably starting with you, Deacon John. Do you remember why it started, or who was in charge, and what pastor was here, and how in its infancy it looked compared to now?
Well, when I started, it was Monsignor Ryan was the pastor. I think it was his second year as pastor. Before him was Monsignor Cosgrove. Monsignor Cosgrove, and the carnival started under him. It used to be on the field back there, and they even had fireworks on the feast day.
Oh,
yeah.
That's so funny you say that. My son was looking at our carnival t-shirts, which I'm sure you'll see pictures of in the postings, and he said, "Mommy, they don't have fireworks at the carnival." I said, "Yeah, it's false advertising, honey. I'm sorry. It looks good on the shirt, but you used to. That's cool to hear."
It's a history, yes.
Wow, it's a history lesson.
Yeah, and we moved over to where we are now when they built the gym in 1984. Because all the prep was done in Marion Hall's kitchen.
Wow.
But then we had that nice big kitchen over in Assumption Hall. We moved over that side and went to propane. We used to have gas lines through the parking lot into each of the booths.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I had to convert all the grills to propane so we could use them.
So let's talk a little bit about what the benefit of a carnival is. So this carnival's been going on for near forever. So Mary, what kind of benefit is there to all of the work and effort that's put into this?
Well, it does help. It does help all of our parish ministries in that. It does help do that. It helps us with, paying some of our bills too. And when you come down to it, it used to be just for the benefit of the school, but years ago it was changed to just helping out like the parish. And the parish, in fact, does help the school with all their subsidies and everything. But and it's a good way, a nice community way to get all of our parish groups together and to work the carnival.
I think it's important that you look at the carnival as well as it's one of the great social events of St. Mary's. If you're new to the parish, you don't know anybody, you're kind of intimidated by the whole specter of it, show up. You don't need talent, you don't need brains, you don't need ability. If you have the desire to help, there's 1,000,010 jobs for you. And I can truthfully say this. Most of my friends in this parish, I met them here.
Really?
It's like, it's kind of like blood, sweat, and tears, but you enjoy it. And then you're crazy enough, you keep coming back.
Well, you were telling us before we started the show that actually you have 2 of the best jobs. You're actually a chairperson of it. And what's your other job?
Well, I don't think I said that I had the best job. I'm one of the chairmen, but I'm also the trash collector. I think what I said to you is, I've got the most secure job here.
Oh, that's right.
That was right.
Nobody wants it. Nobody will ever do it. And you just get used to it again. It's after 30 years, you can do it in your sleep.
Well, I mean, I feel like there's a really good religious principle in there. Something about the first shall be last and the last shall be first. If I'm not if I'm not mistaken.
Job too.
No, but that's
a virtue right there.
Hey, listen, you're looking at a director who goes out and does all of his own work all over the place. That's exactly what I love hearing stuff like that.
I kind of think it was like the Martha ministry in reverse.
There you go.
Martha was there taking care of seeing that everything was done for everybody else, but really didn't have the chance to listen to the good Lord when he came. It's like, all right, I can associate with Martha after that one.
You know, I have to agree with you. When I was a part of my church's carnival many years ago, it was the personal relationships that kept us. That was the thing I loved looking forward to every single year, was knowing that there was going to be a week where all I did was get to work with these people I'd always had such a blast with and a good time. And, you know, it was like, it's work, but it's lighthearted as well, right? I mean, if you do it right.
I've got to say this, it doesn't require a whole lot of thinking after a while. It just requires a whole lot of running. So
it is exhausting some mornings. I look at the kids, they're like, I'm so tired. We do the morning cleanup. They're so tired, I'm so tired. And I'm thinking, some of these people work all day long, then they come here all night long. And to their credit, they come back night after night after night, like you, Bill. You're one of the many faces that do that all week long. It's a 6-day carnival, by the way.
Yeah,
6 days.
That's actually what I was going to ask Bill next.
6 nights.
What is included in your carnival? Like, what different things do you have here?
Well, we have everything from rides, games, some of the best food in South Jersey, and it's right in your backyard. I mean, it's not a 45-minute trip to Wildwood or Atlantic City where you're going to spend $20 or $30 in gas. If you got that $20 or $30, we've got plenty of ways for you to spend it here.
Well, that's good. And so it's rides, it's foods, it's games, all the classic carnival elements, right?
You name it, and I've got to say the 50-50s, basketball, fun slides. There's something for everybody. It doesn't matter how old you are, 2 years old to 40, well,
up that number.
80 years old. And by the way, I found out one of our workers literally turns 94 this week.
Wow.
So there's no excuse. There's no excuse for saying, I'm too old for this.
Yeah.
94.
Amazing.
So let's talk to, not our newest member, he's only been here a year, but let's talk our second newest member, Kathy. So you've been doing this for 5 years, right?
Yes.
A bit of insanity, I'm sure, for you. What's your job responsibility here?
Well, this year I'm working personnel, so I'm trying to find people to work in all the different areas and all the different booths, games, activities, food, and kind of overseeing, helping with the ordering of the food and placing those orders at night after the carnival shuts down, so we have everything for the next day. But it is a great community builder. I am having the best time of my life this week. I'm enjoying it. I come in here every day with a smile, but it's fun. And it's, again, that community. And our kids are doing that as well. Some of the youth that come, they're here night after night after night, gathering with their friends. Yeah. Many of them will go to see Kari and the youth group and the dunk tank, but then they're out here on the carnival grounds and just being together and enjoying that time that they have with their friends in a safe environment where they can roam freely and take part in all the different activities that we have. So it really is a great opportunity.
I will say that that's the other thing I love about these church carnivals is the knowledge that I can drop my son off here in his early teen years and know that he's going to be safe and cared for and have a blast and use all of his money for games. So you're welcome. And as much food as he can stomach while he's here. That's always a lot of fun. Matter of fact, we should talk about the food a little bit because I think some of our guys may have to leave at some point. So we were good enough to have a smorgasbord brought to us today of all sorts of different food, including funnel cake, all of which I think Kari can have maybe one thing that's been pulled out.
Okay.
But yeah, I know.
You can have it all, Mike.
I'm happy to do it because I choose to eat as much gluten as I possibly can. So let's talk a little bit about this world famous food that you have. What's on the menu?
We have meatball sandwiches, roast pork sandwiches. We have chicken tenders, French fries, with or without cheese. Those sandwiches are with or without cheese, American versus provolone. We have the Williamstown finest sausage and peppers that this area sees. Then there's the pizza booth, so that they make tons of pizza all night long. What did I forget, John?
Fresh squeezed lemonade.
Lemonade. Mozzarella sticks.
Okay.
Which I have. That nachos and cheese. I didn't bring that, but we have meatball sandwiches here for you. a roast pork sandwich for you, chicken tenders, mozzarella sticks, and funnel cake.
For dessert.
All the classics.
So yeah, that's what, you know, the kitchen's a tough area to work. It's busy. It's very, very busy. Thank the Lord that, you know, the people who are standing in front of us who are ordering the food, they're very patient because we're running as quickly as we can. They're cooking as quickly as they can. But I wanted to give a shout out to the people who build this. Prior to us even showing up, I mean, John and team, they're the unsung heroes of this carnival. They make sure that everything's secure, no one's going to get injured, everything is run correctly, so nobody's tripping on anything. And that's all the stuff behind the scenes prior to the carnival starting. So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work. Yeah, I'm one of those people who work all day and go home at night and crash.
Yes.
Well, I'm curious, when do you start cooking? Like, how early do you start cooking?
Well, everything's pretty much prepped earlier, but between 5:15 and 5:45 they put it on. Sometimes it needs to be a little earlier, but you know, again, our patrons are very, very patient, so we make out okay. We say, "Mutts aren't up yet. We'll be back. Let me tell you, where are you sitting? I'll give you a signal to come get them." And that's how we run the windows, is making sure we give them customer service so they keep coming back. You know, customer service it's what I do for a living. So bringing it here is no big deal.
I love that.
Yeah, you can find in the morning in the gym a whole group of women. They're called the Mad.
There's hot dogs too.
Oh yeah, the Mad Hatters in the morning, and they're a group of women that come after the 8 a.m. mass, and they just chop all the peppers and onions that are prepped for the whole day. It's pretty amazing to see it all in action. Actually, there's men too. I shouldn't say just women, but they come in the morning, they get it all done. Father was there this morning cutting some peppers as well.
It's generally a team effort.
It is a total team effort, yeah.
How many people would you say volunteer? How many volunteers are there in a given year?
There has to be over 100 people volunteering.
Wow.
Easily, more than that even.
And how many people would you say actually come through? You know, how many people would you say attend in any given year?
On a family night, which we have two of, probably between 2,000 and 3,000.
Wow.
How many come through the entire week? We have a lot of repeat customers, thank goodness. So, but a shout out also has to be made to the people in the kitchen. You have to realize that kitchen is about 135 degrees, no exaggeration, every night.
Wow.
It's worse than a sauna.
And yet, I want to work there. So next year when you figure out how to hoodwink me into volunteering, it'll be in the kitchen.
When you play on the softball team, you got to pay your dues to the parish, and that's
nuts.
That's cooking.
Hey, I'm having a good year in the softball team. Unlike last year, I'm second in batting average this year. I checked. I am.
You are.
I played half as many games, but I'm second in batting average. So I'm very excited about that.
So, I was just gonna say, with the food, we want to talk about the desserts because we have funnel cake. We also have deep fried Oreos and other good treats. So Joe Bracco's been doing that for the whole time he's here.
I've been doing that for the 39 years that I've been here. I've done nothing to this carnival except make funnel cake for 39 years.
Can you give us the process of it?
The process is, number one, we have to mix the batter, which is basically it's a pre-mixed batter that comes in a bag. We add water to it. It's got to be at a certain consistency. Otherwise, if it's too thick, it becomes very cakey and it doesn't cook. If it's too thin, too watery, it becomes crispy. You know, and it just don't taste right when it's prepared. So the batter's got to be. To me, that's the most important part, is making the batter, making sure that the consistency is right, and that that it pours properly from the funnels. Other than that, the fryers, we open up at 6 o'clock when Skelly starts his generators. We're at Skelly's mercy because when he starts his generators, because we're electric. Our booth is run all on electric, not gas, like the kitchen is. And it's just we get started a little later than most. But then again, people don't come for dessert before they eat the dinner.
Right.
So usually about 7:30, 8 o'clock, we have a line. Let me tell you, we have the longest line in the carnival. I remember one year.
They have to take tickets.
I remember one year we had a line. It was out to Main Street, and honest to God, it was out to Main Street and we had to actually, towards the end of the night, we had to put somebody at the end of the line and say, no more service after this person here. And honest to God, I mean, we would have lines, I mean, ungodly lines, you know. But the people are, you know, they're content. They're willing to wait in the line for what, you know, for what they want, for what we give them, you know. And you know, we can't say enough about the patron, you know, that we get at the carnival here, you know, and the service that, you know, that we provide to the patrons is, you know, I think second to none. You know, I mean, everybody's courtesy, very courteous to the people. You know, nobody is you know, rude or anything. You have a problem with the food, you say, hey, listen, I got a cold funnel cake. Well, we'll give you a hot one. You come in, we give you another hot one. You know, we know, you know, everybody likes a hot funnel cake, you know. But every now and then, you know, one gets lost in the shuffle here, and it, you know, becomes cold. But you know, like I said, we aim to please. And, you know,
I think you're being too modest though, because you have to realize the world's worst food critics, they live in Williamstown, and we don't have any. So credit to Joe, because he turns out a great product.
Oh, that's great. Well, you know, so as we're sitting here and I'm listening to everyone talk, I have a bird's eye view to one of the entrances to the parish campus, and it's just a line of people constantly coming in off the street. And so Father, I have to imagine that's, I mean, not that there's any necessarily evangelizing going on that way, but it's great to be a central part of the community for this week, where everybody, Catholics and non-Catholics alike, are coming in.
Yes, that's another thing that we include in our carnival here is this. Actually, the tent that we sit here is our. If you see outside, you see the sign: prayers, blessings, confessions. So one of the priests is available every night from 7:30 to 8:30, 9 o'clock. People come in and we make announcements. Father Josh Nevitt's brother Jeremy is our DJ, so he makes announcements every 15 minutes. Hey, Father is there for the confessions or for a blessing. So and we also have an evangelization booth where we provide brochures, prayer cards, and all different things. So and then we priests walk around, and it's so interesting. Oh, Father, can you bless this rosary for me? And little kids come. The other day, somebody came and asked me about about ghosts or something. I forget. So again, they ask all these interesting questions, and it's a great way to connect with the community and also be available as a priest, to provide spiritual prayer, blessing, even to say just hi. And a lot of young people and all seniors say hi, good morning, good evening, and nice to see you. It's beautiful. It's so the connection.
This is you're a newbie here, but
yes.
You've been a priest for a couple of years now. I think you just celebrated Jubilee not long ago. Is this your first parish that's had a carnival, or have you been part of parish?
This is my first parish where there's a carnival, yes.
Oh, wow, fun. We broke him in. He got
Yes.
initiated. Do you know how?
No.
Father was in the dunk tank.
Oh.
Twice.
Wow.
And the line was like the funnel cake line. It was long.
Yes.
And it was great. And
You've only been here a year, and there's already vendettas out against you in the dunk tank. Oh, okay. Well, there
I
you
think
go.
just everyone was like, I get to dunk a priest. This is great.
Right.
And his brother priest too, Father
Oh,
Naveen
they were
and Father
brutal.
Peter as well. And they were dunking each other.
Has the youth minister been in the dunk tank yet?
I've retired.
She has not been.
I've
That's we're
retired.
trying to do. Maybe tomorrow, the last day.
Yeah, that would be
Hoping.
good. I agree. That'd be nice.
She's volunteering everybody else.
It's
not
funny how
herself.
that happens.
I've paid my dues. I've been in it years past, and I'm officially retired. But it's okay.
I don't actually know if I've ever been in the dunk tank before.
We could put you in there.
We've got an opening now.
Yeah, we can find you an opening tonight.
Before I came here, I was at my pool, and my wife turned to me and she's like, "Are you going dressed like that?" And I was like, "No, I'm not going in my swimsuit." I now kind of regret that I didn't come in my swimsuit, because I absolutely would have volunteered.
Jennifer would have been here with the ball in her hand.
Also, you would have raised a lot of money on me alone. That's true. I got a lot of vendettas against me. So getting back to this being in the community, it's just to give the listeners an idea of where you are located. You're essentially downtown adjacent, right? You're right in the heart of Williamstown.
Right on Main Street.
Quite literally on Main Street in a big residential area. Do you ever, just for people who or parishes that might consider doing this, Are there things you have to like work out with the city to make sure that you're not blocking anything?
Oh, definitely. My wife and Mary left. She had to step out for a minute. Have been applying for permits since back in January, and we had to get gaming permits, building permit, plumbing permit for the gas for the grills and stuff, electrical permit. So they've
Raffles,
been
50/50s,
raffle ticket permits for the Super 50/50, the games and prizes, and just calling all sorts of businesses for contributions, and it starts in January.
Wow.
But people shouldn't be intimidated by it. I mean, with the Games a Chance, we go through the state, very, very helpful. They talk you through everything. Talk to the local township. They're thrilled to have us. They're thrilled to see everybody come out. And you'll just be amazed at the amount of cooperation that everybody, I mean, Catholic and non-Catholic, they get behind it. I mean, this is a great time for everybody.
Yeah.
And a little bit of effort, you'd probably have to start 6 months before it happens, but you would just be amazed at how many people, go out of their way to help you. And not a very expensive thing to start either. Permits are very, very cheap. So if they're intimidated by it, give them us a call. We'll write the book and we'll show them how it's done.
Oh, that's good to hear. All right. Wow, what a helpful crew you have over here, Kari.
They really are. I feel like I'm just trying to remember which parish. There was a parish that started a carnival. St. Andrews in Gibbsboro. And their business administrator met with ours a couple years back, and they actually collaborated and helped them just get started, get going off the ground. And they took some of our ideas and implemented them in and made it all work together. And it really was a successful event. But it does take a lot. But if you have the people willing and able, you get it going. And that's where we're at.
And the one element we didn't talk about was the rides themselves. Now that's a vendor, right? That comes in for that.
Yes.
Skelly's in Williamstown.
Oh, they're local. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
They're right out on 322. Wonderful people to work with. Very, very helpful. And give us the same week every year. So.
Okay. Well, that's good. So, to talk nuts and bolts a little bit, this has been going on for 50-ish years. Who knows how many exactly? Nobody remembers back that far. But it does, I gotta say this without coming across crass, it's certainly a beneficial financial exercise for the parish. So, I mean, it really does make a difference here.
We won't turn down money.
And we've missed it for 2 years.
Oh, that's true.
We've
That's
had
right.
2 COVID years in there. And so I must say, even myself, my wheels were a little squeaky. I was trying to remember just the few little details I needed to for the dunk tank booth. Those, like Bill and Deacon John and Deacon John's wife Irene, Mary, I have to remember all those other little details to make this whole thing move, all the moving parts go. I really give them a lot of credit, because when you take 2 years off of anything, it's always hard to come back into it.
Well, it certainly seems like you guys came back strong and haven't missed a beat, because I was here 2 years ago or 3 years ago when it was held last, and I see nothing dissimilar, and the crowds seem to be fine. We're here very early, and it seems like there's plenty of people walking in. Like, it's been a good week.
So far.
Oh, yes.
It's been great. Yeah.
And the weather has been on your favor as well, right?
Rain even stopped about 10 minutes ago. I was listening on the top of the tent, and it's like, hey, it's gone and the sun's out, so this is wonderful.
Which for our long timers, that is something I want to ask about. I mean, you are subject to the weather. Is it possible to have a bad year where it just rains all the time?
We had 1 year about 7 years ago. We had one full night and about 2 hours another night. The rest of the week it rained.
Oh.
It was a rough year. It actually, a hurricane, tornado, something came through. It was insane.
Yeah.
It was the one tank that's outside of the tent was rolling across the parking lot of propane. It was that crazy, the wind. It was pretty insane.
So a year like that, I mean, does that end up becoming like a down year? Like do you end up losing a lot of money on a situation like that?
No,
or is
the people were very supportive. They came out, they kind of realized the problems that we had. And I don't know that we've ever lost money. We don't always make as much as we'd like. But I don't think we've ever run it into the red.
And my wife, Irene, is the executive secretary for the parish. She called a couple of other churches that were having carnivals soon, and they bought a lot of the leftover food from us that was still frozen. So we didn't really take a loss, but we didn't make near as much as we normally do.
Well, it's nice. That's always been a question of mine. Like, I know that these carnivals like this, there are some parishes that have been doing it for as long as you have, and they really rely on that income. So if they have a down year, I wasn't sure just how problematic that could be, but it sounds like, actually, I'm glad to see our neighboring parishes help out like that. That's
yeah,
nice.
they came through. That was good.
So how do you encourage new volunteers? I have to imagine that over the past 50 some odd years, there's been new faces that have shown up. How do you get people to come out other than twisting my arm like you guys?
Well, I think we're going to call on our friends. Like we spoke at, there was one representative from our parish to speak at all of the masses and encourage them to come out. And then when I spoke at the mass that I was speaking at, I encouraged all of our young people, and I put a challenge out for all of our 8th grade graduates to please come out, celebrate with their friends, but help us the week before the carnival and the week after the carnival as well, because that's the time that we also need help.
Yeah.
And then all of our high school people, I also put out a challenge for them to come and help us on the evenings of the carnival. And many of our young people are coming out. We have lists in the gym of all the students who have come out, to come and help us out. So it is great. And also asking our friends. My friend was in the car with me today. I said, "You're coming back here tonight. I need help." And she's out here working at one of the ticket booths. So again, that also helps.
And Kelsey, I think, can you explain how you've gotten involved? Because you're not a parishioner here, but you've gotten involved through the years.
And that's true. I'm not. I was brought into the carnival many years ago by Father Carmen. Love that man. God rest his soul. And we were it was Jeannie Carino and myself who ran the kitchen, and I got pulled in by Jeannie. I didn't volunteer. I was literally drug here. But what was so special about when we were here years ago is the camaraderie of the kitchen staff. I mean, people dancing by the sausage and peppers, and it was just fun. You just couldn't keep the excitement down. Everybody loved seeing each other again. And actually, on Saturday nights, everyone came back to our house. And some parishioners greeted my newspaper guy at 5 o'clock in the morning when they left. So it was, and we just built this relationship, all of us. It was always the same people in here. My last year was 2010, which we did it, and we donated our time and labor in memorial of Jean Carino. So that was my last year. It was 2010, and then Irene calls me.
And you can't say no.
No, I said I got to call you back. I'm in Aruba, but no. And that's really, I mean, and it's so interesting because when new people come in, you have to make them part of this family. You just can't leave them on the outskirts because I don't know your name. I need help here or here. What can I do for you? And making sure people get breaks, and they're well taken care of, and they're excited about it. And that's what happens in the kitchen. People love to cook. Those are the people who are cooking. John cooked for 100 years here, and there's so many people. We did have one time where Mike Hocker was here, and it was a little bit of a disturbance where the women in the kitchen wanted to be part of the sausage and peppers, and Mike had none of that. So when Jeannie and I took over, we made sure that happened, and people were very happy with that. Mike, not so much, but and it's nice because if you put people on different stations, now they're well versed on the stations. You got to know what's going on in front. We never moved John off the steaks or burgers or hot dogs. Never was he taken off of them. But we'd put different people in so you feel and understand what that person has done for the last 10 years. And it's a lot of fun, and people enjoy themselves. And we try to make sure that they feel part of the kitchen family, the church family. I'm not a parishioner. I used to be. I'm Episcopalian, not that matters. But again, I was brought in by Jeannie Carino, so she wanted to do it, so I was there. So that's it.
So great. What's your favorite thing from the kitchen, Kelsey? I'm sure you've sampled all the food.
As far as eating?
Mm-hmm.
I really don't eat the food.
Yeah, that's not uncommon. I'm the exact same way.
can see that.
I cook
Yeah.
constantly, and I am the last person that wants to eat my own
You know
food.
what I
What
do
smells
do
the
is
best?
when they have like little nibs of sausage left, I'll take a little nib with sausage with peppers and onions on it. It's like 2 inches big. I mean,
Right.
and I'll eat that. When you're serving it, because you're handing it to all these people, it's not something that I'm going to partake in. One, I don't have time, and two, I'm not here to eat the food. I'm here to get money for the church.
Now that being said, Joe, how much of the stuff do you eat? Of your concoction?
Well, we don't really have a whole lot of time to eat. I mean, once the crowds come in, I mean, we're nailed to our stations. The batter's got to be made. The guys behind the fryers, which I've done for many years, and a lot of our volunteers, Bill and myself are Knights of Columbus, and we get a lot of the Knights to come out and give us a hand. And I volunteer a lot on for the funnel cake. So most of you might have one or two people in the funnel cake booth that are not Knights, and we're trying to get them as Knights. But my daughter works there also, and she can't be a Knight. But I mean, we have a good time.
So I'm a Knight. Do you get any good Knight recruitment in while you're doing that? You ever pull a few in?
The whole
we
funnel
try.
cake booth is Knights of Columbus.
Well, just so that you realize,
No.
we all have our shirts on too.
Oh, that's I like to see that. Get that Knight logo out there.
Yes.
And
yes.
like Joe and Kelsey said, I had a favorite, sausage and pepper, but I took it home at the end of the night and ate it because I was so busy cooking the cheesesteaks, because we had to cook them one at a time as they ordered them. I didn't have time to eat, and guess what? It was too hot to eat.
Yeah.
You're standing over that grill, you didn't feel like eating anything.
Yeah.
So,
There used to be, though, a time, I don't know how far back it goes, that every volunteer had a meal before the carnival started in the gym. I know this
Yeah.
year it's changed a little differently with COVID and a couple other reasons, but maybe
Well,
Nick and Johnny could speak to that a little bit more.
Yeah,
'cause
we didn't
do
have
feed
the-
the volunteers. We don't want to go without food.
we didn't have the volunteers during the day that we had in the past. Like Lou Lally, he was in charge of the kitchen, and he prepared all the dinners for the week for the crew coming in. He's in his 80s now, so he had to slow down some, but even if he hadn't, he's got COVID this week, so he couldn't be doing it anyway. But they'd have a spaghetti dinner for everyone on Wednesdays. They say Monday they just do a bunch of hot dogs on the grill and bring them in, and people could just come in and get a hot dog whenever they wanted. Another day hamburgers. Another day they do pizzas in the pizza booth and bring them in, And yeah, we did peppers and eggs one night. Yeah,
I could go for that.
yeah.
Every night we have a crew of guys who go around bringing drinks, water, sodas, snacks to the people in the booth. So
They take care of you.
yeah, we want to keep them in the booths.
Yeah, I'll tell you, those game trailers are hot too because the front's open, but that's it. There's no air in them.
Giant metal box.
Yeah.
So it's not all as glorious as we think it is. There's some work and some sacrifice that is involved in this.
Oh,
We're good Catholics. We like sacrifice, right?
Right, sure, yes. And again, I am really, amazed and grateful to see, the amount of hard work and, sacrifice and the commitment. I was talking to John, who was doing sausages and pepper Tuesday night, one of the busiest nights that we had. 10 o'clock I went to him and he's all sweating and, he's been standing there from 5:30 and I said, John, must have been a very difficult day. You must be tired. He said, Father, I'm so excited about this. I'm so happy I'm here. Rather than sit at home and watch TV, I'm again 10 o'clock at night after working, in that heat for 4.5 hours to say that. So again, you can see the commitment, the love for the parish. It's amazing. And this year, we also have reached out to friends in the area. So I have actually, from one of my former parishes, about 35 people who have volunteered to help the pizza booth and the fresh lemonade. So again, it's a community thing, and and I've seen as we walk around, people from all the neighboring parishes coming here. The community is here. Again, it's all beautiful. It all comes together.
Kari, you didn't invite any of your Talking Catholic colleagues to
You're here
come
right
out
now.
Well, I'm here running my podcast. I do that all the time. Next time you need help, we got a whole lot of Talking Catholic Empire could be
I'll have
here.
some T-shirts lined up, ready to go for you.
I like that.
It is true. Yeah, we do bring out a lot, and it's interesting. I run the social media for the parish as well, and I'm always posting on the Williamstown groups, and people just talk about it. Some people don't even refer to it as Our Lady of Peace Parish Carnival, or even St. Mary's, our former name. They just say the Carnival, because everybody knows it as the Carnival, because it's like Williamstown's Carnival. But it is our parish, our church, and so many wonderful ways to evangelize within that the Carnival is a great way to pull in all those people from the Williamstown area, and it's been wonderful.
Actually, I should probably ask you this a question, since you're a volunteer here, not just the host tonight. When you're do you notice other elements in Williamstown, upselling your carnival? Like, you see other entities letting people know that the carnival is going on this weekend, or is that something you hope to be able to get out of it?
That other people.
The Lions Club or the high school, or
we do ask other local businesses to put the signs up in their windows and all. Many do. You'll walk in and you'll see them posted to different not flagpoles, light posts and things up and down Main Street. So we do get to see the signs around town. So it is well advertised and well supported.
And all the people that buy the shirts, most of them are businesses. All the shirts the volunteers wear have a business on the back. I think I have Joe Fazio's on today.
Yeah, I think 50 some businesses support us, sponsor us, our T-shirts. So their advertisement goes around too.
And it's one advertisement per shirt.
Each business gets 10 shirts for a set amount of donated. I know this because I'm one of the businesses that also donate with my other job, as is Bill's, right? Your business as well. Many parishioners that own businesses or work at businesses in town or the area, they'll ask their boss, can you please donate to my parish carnival? So yeah, over 50 in the area.
How much?
Everything from Wawa to the mom and pop pizza shop.
How much is the donation?
I think it's $150 for 10 shirts.
I think that's it. Yeah.
And you can go up to 3XL, and some of us need that.
As he points to me, which is what I wear. You could ask Talking Catholic for a sponsorship.
Okay, stop,
I would love to.
I'm loading all of these things, and it's gonna come back. Next year,
I want to see that Talking Catholic logo on the back of 10 T-shirts.
And you'll be at the sausage booth making the sausage, and then you'll be security at night.
And the dunk tank too.
And in the dunk tank. I got all of these things noted. You're right.
Good. I need something to do next year. I'm always bored in the summertime.
I think you need something to eat right now.
I do.
Are we ready for
this?
Actually,
let's bring that out, because
Kelsey, you work in the kitchen, so you give us the little rundown of each.
So what do we have?
Meatball sandwiches.
We got meatballs first.
If anyone,
I don't know if they're probably very cold.
Okay, there's a couple of French fries. There we are.
Oh,
onion rings and French fries. I love that.
We have the famous sausage and peppers.
Okay,
that was the first thing I saw on Facebook when somebody posted, and we posted that we have the carnival coming.
And mozzarella sticks.
All right, that's
about
good.
the sausage and pepper.
Everybody
that was the thing
loves
everybody said they love it.
Well, obviously, before we dig into this, as a good Instagrammer, we need to get a nice picture of this little healthy smorgasbord right here. Let's see here. There we go. Let me get a couple pictures in here. That looks actually looks delicious.
And hot dog, though.
That's all right.
For anyone who missed our episode last year when we were down in Wildwood, what was the name of the restaurant we were at in Wildwood?
Doo-Wop Shop.
The
Doo-Wop Diner.
Doo-Wop Diner in Wildwood, where we did a food tasting. That time we ate throughout the entire episode, and I'm not sure everybody wanted to hear us chewing, so I will do my best to turn the mics down. But I'm an onion ring freak, and I do want to try this onion ring, but that also means that someone's got to talk while I'm eating.
All right, so Mike's trying the onion rings. As he said, I can't try too much, but I'm going to ask, is there any volunteers that want to try, eat something and talk about it here?
Yeah, do us a favor, because I am not eating all of that.
Father.
Good, Father, it's your choice.
What's your choice of what you like to have? So he's looking it over. He's making some decisions here. He's going for a mozzarella stick.
That's a
which,
classic.
I'm not gonna lie, before I was gluten-free, those were my favorite. Any marinara? He's going no marinara. Father, what do you think? Mike, what do you think about the onion ring?
I love the onion rings. They're outstanding. Crispy, soft on the inside, just like I like. They bite through, which is what you want out of an onion ring.
That is true.
That's the worst thing you can do is eat an onion and pull the onion out of the stuff.
That is the worst. Father, how's the mozzarella stick?
This is pretty good. Pretty good. Yes.
Is that your first time having a mozzarella stick?
No, I've had before.
You've had it before.
Yeah. But first time here.
Yeah, because these are, I think, a little thicker than the normal.
A little more thicker, yes.
Usually they're like more like a finger size. These are more like a
this is
thumb.
more-
like
yes,
a
it is
good
thicker,
thick,
yes.
which is nice for anybody that loves cheese.
All right, now what sandwich is that?
Roast pork.
The roast pork? All right, well,
This is
Very
what I
good.
usually get without the bun.
Roast pork is really
it would
good
be,
here.
okay, well, tell you what.
And provolone on
Kari,
top.
hold on. So,
right,
you want to
I'll
pull
go-
out some
I'm
of
gonna
that
pull
pork
some
right
out.
there, and you can try
This
some
is
of that.
my meal of choice.
I love roast pork.
It's so good. Really good.
See, and my wife would love this too because the Kaiser roll is her absolute favorite. Okay, listen, folks, I'm going to do my best. Here we go.
All right, he's going in. He took a big bite. Ooh, that was a huge bite. And where did we get the rolls from, Deacon John? Do you know?
Deluxe Italian Bakery.
Okay.
And the meatballs are Botters, so is the sausage. Vineland Produce donated the sausage, the peppers and the onions, and the lemon for the lemonade.
Oh, that's so nice.
And Don Pepino, which is
down
right
the
here in
street,
town,
yep.
donated the pizza sauce and spaghetti sauce.
All right, those French fries were just for you, gluten-free,
Yes.
so you
Well,
got to try some of those.
I'm gonna actually dip it in the marinara because I love marinara.
Sure.
So
I agree with that.
delicious.
And
We got some.
we should mention that the meatballs and the sausage you said came from Botto's. Botto's is a great local Italian sausage and a market in the area. If you wonder what I get for my house, it is only Botto's sausage and meatballs. So I never miss out. So I am not going to miss out this time.
Sausage and pepper.
I feel kind of bad that we're eating in front of our guests who have probably already eaten and worked. Kari is going to take pictures of me
Get ready, all of
consuming
our
more food.
Instagram and social media favorites. I wish I had a video. Mike just almost dropped half of the sausage coming out of the bottom of the bun. He caught it though. He recovered. He recovered. He recovered well.
Tasty good and makes your embarrassment worthwhile.
That is, you know what? There's no such thing as being embarrassed for eating. I will do my best to eat gracefully, but ultimately it's to eat. That is an excellent sausage and peppers.
It is.
And
It is the best.
going back to something we've talked about a couple of times, the importance of any sandwich is the quality of the roll. And that is so where did you say the bread came from?
Deluxe Italian Bakery in Blackwood, I believe it is.
All right. That is
So
that is an excellent
put them
roll.
on your list, everyone.
You know, thank you.
We got some napkins coming over here for all of our greasy hands. Because if you know carnival food, it's nothing but greasiness, which was what makes it so delicious, I must say. It's all that wonderful grease. And we have probably one of the best looking funnel cakes here. As Joe was talking earlier about the funnel cakes, you have to have the right consistency, but it just looks so pretty with the powdered sugar on top.
And
So
that's-
we're gonna have Mike going next on
That's
that
going to be the last thing well, it's not going to be the last thing I eat, I'll tell you that right now. None of this is going to go to waste. But I wanted to make sure I at least tried the funnel cake.
It's delicious.
Oh, it's nice and soft. Huge amounts of sugar. As funnel cake should have.
And it gets crystallized on the outside, which is even better.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Oh, that's really good.
Just-
And actually, you know what? I'll tell you something. So Joe was talking about some people will bring the funnel cake back if it's a little cold. So this has actually been sitting here for 45 minutes, waiting for us to remember to eat it, and that is delicious. That has a really nice flavor to it.
I think funnel cake only gets better as it starts to cool off because the sugar starts to melt into it and get a little
That's actually true.
absorbed into the funnel cake
Wow, that's
itself.
really good. All right, hold on.
Bill, you've been around here so long. Do you have any favorites of food? Do you ever take some time to stop and eat?
I have to say this, unfortunately, I see the end result of the food, so I don't usually eat it.
That would be the grease. Actually, this is all of our food that the kitchen has to offer, but the company that does the rides, Skelly's, also has a couple snacks booths. So they have like snow cones, popcorn, cotton candy, you know, your favorites at a carnival. And one of my favorite stops is the ice cream booth by Skelly's. I think I've eaten an ice cream every single night this week. And I'm feeling it. At the end of the night, I'm like, why did I have that ice cream? But then the next night comes around, and I'm like, I'm gonna get ice cream again.
Well, if you're doing a lot of running around and walking around during the carnival, actually one of the best things to eat when you're finished, if you consider it like a workout, the simple sugars that are in ice cream are the perfect thing to eat after a workout. So you're actually feeding what your body needs. Yes.
I'll have another one tonight then.
There
Thanks,
you go.
Mike.
your muscles will thank you.
They will.
I can't guarantee your waist will appreciate it, but your muscles
I'm already feeling it. I'm like, oh man,
your
it's
muscles
that ice
will
cream.
appreciate it. All right, is there anything I didn't eat that someone else did?
Did you have mozzarella stick or chicken finger?
So I'm gonna skip the chicken fingers, but I will eat the mozzarella stick because I'm an aficionado and I have to make sure I get it right. No, I want it by itself.
All right.
Great. That's just a good sign.
It's a lot of mozzarella.
There's a lot of mozzarella. Now these are a little bit cold because they've been sitting here for a little while, but it was a nice bite through. So it's not sitting in my beard right now.
That's good.
No, I like that.
I like that too because that'd be weird.
I hope our listeners like this, but if you don't, I got news for you. We got about 4 more minutes to meet you.
Tell them to come on down and experience it firsthand.
No, so next year we will have our carnival, as somebody mentioned earlier, it's the same week every year with Skelly, so we always know when it is coming up for the following year. So next year it will be June 26th through July 1st, 2023. So if you're hearing this now, just pencil it in your calendar for next year, and you'll come out and taste all these delicious foods as well.
And we should probably give out, we don't do this a lot, but we should probably also give out the contact information for the parish. If any other parish or other entity would like to run a carnival like this and would like to get some pointers, like St. Andrew the Apostle did.
You can just call the parish line, 856-629-6142, and speak to any of the receptionists there. They can direct you in the right direction. As Deacon John said, his wife Irene Casey's in the office. She's a great source of information. You can also visit our website, olopp.org. That stands for Our Lady of Peace Parish, olopp.org. And contact information is up there as well, email addresses and such. So
does the carnival have a dedicated webpage or social media, or you just doing everything through this?
All through the parish social media. So if you like to see what's going on in our parish, we are on Facebook. Our Lady of Peace Parish Williamstown is our Facebook page, as well as our Instagram handle. So you can check both of those out. Tons of pictures up there from the carnival all week long. Great pictures. One of the things I love best about the carnival, and it wasn't mentioned, I'm surprised it wasn't, that always this week we have some of the most amazing sunsets. The most amazing, the pink and the orange and the blues and the purples. It's incredible, and I always get some great pictures of just the carnival as a whole, but these incredible sunsets. So there's some of those up there from this past week as well, if you want to check them out.
Your timing is also perfect because at this time of year is when you have the most amount of daylight, so you're getting all those really late day sunsets. So that you also get lots of sunlight while you're here too, so you're not feeling like you're in the darkness.
It's only about an hour that it's dark.
Yeah.
6 to 10 every night.
Well, let's see. We're finishing up recording this at 7 o'clock, and it looks like it could be 4 o'clock in the afternoon in October, maybe. But this is great. So I really am very excited that this has come back this year for you guys, because I know how important it is to the parish. But I'm also, more than that, I'm impressed by how everyone's come back to it, like your volunteers and your attendees. You know, I'm giggling every time I see somebody walk past, because it's just such a great sign of the importance of stuff like this to something that I tell pastors all the time, is to make sure that you are a part of your community, whether you're going out to your community or whether you're inviting the community in. And you know, sometimes you can't be successful bringing them in for spiritual reasons, but you can usually bring them in for good food and fun. And then you can encourage them into, say, the prayer tent that we're in right now.
It's very, very true. A lot of conversions have happened from this carnival.
Yes, next year, as we have done in the past, we are hopefully planning to have an evening, the church open, to provide, nice. Either holy hour or, prayers or, so that's we're planning about the next year. This year, it's my first year here too, and we're coming back after 2 years, so we are not sure how everything is going to work out. So that's something that we were thinking about, making that available and open for the people.
Well, that sounds great. As we finish up the podcast here, Kari and everybody, thank you very much for taking time out of the carnival to do this. And to our listeners, I hope you'll consider this as something that your parish can be doing in your community, or if not this, something similar, so you can once again be a vibrant part of your community and not simply the local church. So thank you very much. Thank you everybody for listening in and taking part, and we'll talk to you again next week. See you, everybody.
Bless. Bye.
God bless.